Hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be explaining and giving you guys a review on the Salvimar Deeper Freediving watch. I'm going to be discussing the different features of the watch and give you guys a general overview of my experiences using the watch so far. So let's dive straight in. Salvimar's Deeper Freediving watch is a very simple to use, low cost and a very effective dive watch suitable for all levels of freedivers and spearos. Of course, it still has your traditional style digital watch interface, with the option to have two separate time zones on the screen if you're travelling abroad. For exercise and sports, you have your standard countdown and timer modes, which are very straightforward and easy to use. The watch has been carefully designed starting from the screen, which thanks to a very unique octagonal design which has given the watch maximum area for all characters to be displayed. In addition to this, to avoid incidental pressing, there's a small frame, roughly 2 or 3 millimeters wide, on the case above each button as protection. So we'll move straight on to the most important function of the watch, which is the dive function. The dive function has various options to set up. The dive setting can be set up for up to 5 separate depths, indicating the diver on which depth they have reached, with 1 bleep for depth number 1, 2 bleeps for depth number 2, and so on and so forth until 5 bleeps at depth number 5. Evidently, the various depth alarms are thought for freedivers, but for spearfishermen, the various alarms could potentially scare the fish off. So you can set an alarm for 1 single max depth, giving you peace of mind when hitting that depth, but also keeping you silent underwater. If you feel the need to do so, you can also set a time alarm for that maximum depth. This way, you know how long you've been down there. There's different variations to the dive display that can be easily changed using the split button on the top right of the watch. These variations include max depth and dive time, water temperature and dive time, water temperature and number of dives, max depth and current time. There is also a record function which allows you to record and save your dives so you can review them at a later date. A great function to see your progression over time. These will be stored and displayed just like the dive setting itself. Okay, so we're now going to take the watch into the water and see how it performs, so you've got some sort of idea what the screen looks like and what the displays look like once you've had a couple of dives and you start recording some data onto the watch. So when you resurface after each dive, the watch will save the settings on the front of the screen. So as you can see here, my previous dive was 8.3 meters for 54 seconds, and I've actually been on the surface here for 4 minutes and 25 seconds. From experience with using this watch over the summer, the recovery time or surface time is clearly displayed on the center of the screen, giving you a clear and accurate reading and giving you peace of mind that you've had enough recovery on the surface. The strap has been carefully redefined compared to the previous models of Salvimar dive watches. The strap is now in fact longer by 3 cm to better adapt to all thickness of wetsuits, especially for those living in areas where the water is colder and you require a thicker wetsuit. In my case, I use a 5.5mm wetsuit and it fits me perfectly. I've also got some excess strap left over. Not only that, there's a very sturdy loop to hold the excess strap so you can keep it stowed away and prevent it from snagging on anything. The angle of curvature on the strap has also been increased for a more comfortable fit when on the wrist. As you can see here, the watch naturally sits with a wrist-fitting shape. This allows for much better comfort during the dive. In addition to all of this, also the number of holes in the strap has been increased, improving comfort and avoiding stress on the strap and possible breaking over time. At the rear, the case is in stainless steel as well as the connection pins between the strap and case and the buckle. Okay, so we're coming up to the end of the video now. I hope the parts that I've included in the video have been helpful to you. Hopefully it's answered any questions that you've been looking for. If you're looking at getting your hands on one of these watches and you live in the UK, I'll leave a link in the description below and this will take you to Spearfishing UK. Great bunch of blokes, they all spearfish and freedive for themselves. If you've got any questions, reference the watch and you want a different perspective from somebody else, then please don't hesitate getting in touch with them and they'll be able to help you out as best they can. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more reviews on Salvimar gear like the fins, the torch, the mask and other bits of kit, please subscribe so you don't miss these upcoming videos.